Hello and welcome, I'm Zirconix and today I'm playing some more EU4 France campaign. So we left off last time where we're looking to attack maybe Austria or Savoy next, see how things shake up there. So let's just double check everything. So alliances, Hungary, Brandenburg, Cologne, Palatinate, Memmingen, yeah, not great. And Savoy, only allied directly with Genoa and Lucca, so not a problem, but Austria will join in on their side if we declared war, and we'll be able to call in all those allies that were mentioned earlier as well. So, not particularly great. I think Austria is what we need to look to attack first. So, what can we get away with here? Papal States won't join us because they don't owe us favours yet. Castile won't join us because they're in debt. That's not too big a deal, we can pay that off. Bohemia would join us for land, but otherwise don't owe us enough favours, and Hungary allied to the enemy so they wouldn't join us. Okay, so that's how that shakes out. Now, meanwhile, I have been checking to see what provinces we need to take to restore France to its current borders, and these are the ones marked in red. So that's everything we need to get out of them. So we're going to take that out of Savoy and that out of Austria, basically. So it is only those two places we need to attack next, really. Okay, let's look at our technology, see how we're doing. Well ahead of time and everything except military, so we want to get military tech in next if we can. And then we have potential to get more military ideas and a new idea group. Something that will help us with fighting. Anything that helps us with fighting that isn't in military ideas. Innovative's quite good generally. Let us keep mercenaries around. Admin ideas will also help with mercenaries. Admin ideas might be a good one. Anyway, we're a while off actually wanting to take anything on that yet because we haven't got points to take any new ideas. So there's no point deciding soon. So we're building ships for war. Got that coming in. Got our spy networks against Austria and Savoy. Do we need to fabricate any claims on Austria? We can fabricate some, so what do we want? Well, we don't want any of those, I think. Do we have claims and everything already? Probably, so I don't think we need to actually make any claims. Savoy, do we need to make any claims? There's only Savoy we can take anyway. We'll claim it. It's not actually one we need because it's part of Switzerland, I believe. But we'll take it anyway. No need to stop at modern French borders. We can always go beyond that. So casualties, reinforcing, not a problem. We've got manpower. We want that to build up before our next war, but we've got to wait for the truces anyway. Savoy's in 4 years, so yeah. Austria we can attack at any moment, but we want to build up favours. Let's see, who would they bring in? Memmingen, Palatinate. Hold on, let's double check their alliances. So Hungary's the big one. Brandenburg's a bit scary. These not too big a deal. I think in preparation we'll want to build up to our force limit. So what's our force limit currently at? Military. So we can build 12 more troops. I think we probably want to. What's our economy doing at? We're getting 5 in each turn whilst reinforcing with full maintenance. It's pretty decent. So let's queue up a little bit more for now. We'll keep cavalry at 4 in each. But we'll build up to 20 infantry in each as well. And let's let time tick on a bit. Let's call back the Savoy spy network since we don't need that because we're not going to be attacking them first. I think Austria will need to attack first anyway because we're going to fight their alliance anyway. And then let's get our allies improving. Just to make sure they like us enough to join our wars. Truce with Milan has gone. Price of copper's gone up. Austria trying to claim us. It would be nice if Austria declared on us first, actually, because then our allies would join us anyway. Probably. Can't guarantee it. But it would be nice if they did. We're getting our ships built. Where are our ships going to come in, actually? Down here? We've got 2 heavies currently, and... where's that heavy? Oh, it's over there. Well, probably want them that side for Austria. Build a great palace. Monarchs were often struggling with ways to subdue the nobility. The rise of firearms reduced the nobles' role as warriors, but left them with, in the eyes of monarchs, too much idle time. Some monarchs created great new palaces with elaborate court rituals to dazzle the nobles and keep them occupied. Versailles is the greatest expression of this movement. We can build a palace which costs us money but gain us legitimacy, which, yeah, we could do with strength in that. And prestige is always nice. Or we can just lose prestige. Well, only one option there, really. So we should build that palace. And Ottomans are still attacking over in the Balkans. That might... if they attacked Hungary, that could be quite useful for us. Stop Hungary wanting to be involved in more wars would be nice. So our troops have built up. Why are you in at 23? One infantry unit on the way to join this one. Where? Where are you? Oh, Mainz have declared war upon Hesse. Okay, not a problem. Doesn't say we're building one, but it doesn't say we've got one either. That's a little bit weird. England are trying to claim this. Oh, I believe this province or this town is pronounced, rather than Caen as I've been saying it, it might be Con or Con. Anyway, I'm going to call it Caen. Caen and Co. Why not? I'm going to build another one here to see what's going on there. So that's building ships there. Okay, so we've got our troops now, even though it's still suggesting one's on its way to join. I don't know where it thinks it's built that. It's not showing it all anywhere. Oh well. Never mind. So we've got 48k troops, which is pretty decent. Let's see what Austria's at. Austria is at 43. But less cavalry, and their force limit's a bit higher. Austria is a bit nasty, really. But we really don't have anywhere else to turn to. We're not going to expand down in Spain. We don't want to cross the Pyrenees, and they're our allies anyway. Our only expansion is Austria or Savoy. Or technically England. But do we want to get across to England at all? Might be nice. Might be an idea. We'd have to build transports. What's England's army doing? 22k manpower with 20k troops in there. They're definitely beatable. They are definitely beatable, but it's whether we could get across there. What's their navy doing? England's navy is 7 heavies. Well, we'll have... not far off that. We've got 2 heavies down here and we're building the 5 here, so we'll have 7 heavies as well. It's possible. And we've got light ships, 10 light ships, 17 transports. We can't match their navy, but... I don't know, if they were involved in another war at the time, it could be opportunistic to take them out. But we'd also have to fight their allies who are on the mainland of Europe with us, Liège and Utrecht. Well, Liège isn't a problem. In fact, what we could do is if we declared war on England, Liège came in, and Portugal, we wouldn't have to actually go over to England. We could just occupy Liège and take some of that land. Might be an idea. That might be a good thing to try out, actually. Let's just bring back one of our guys so we can see how this would work. So if we were to declare war on England, we've only got the Humiliate Rival Casus Belli, so we need something better than that first. But yeah, we could potentially get Utrecht and Liège out of this. Well, not Utrecht probably. Maybe. But Liège definitely. Get a bit of Belgian land. That might be quite nice. I think that might be a plan, just to try and build up a bit ahead of Austria. In which case, we're going to need a spy network over in England. Okay, so we can get the military tech, so let's get that in while we can, which will let us get some cannons. That'll be good. Lack of demand for draperies. Local goods produce is being reduced in Maine. Okay, not a big deal. Aragon is in a military alliance with Naples. Okay, I mean, you kind of were. Spy network against Austria. Should we fabricate claims anyway, just because we can? Yeah, we'll get you. We'll get Amsterdam, why not? And that's all we can do. So now we can get cannons. I'm going to build a couple. Just got to do it individually. So one cannon there and one cannon there. That'll help out with sieges and so on. Don't want to build too much in the ways of cannons to begin with. Oh no, influenza. Rumours say that sailors come back from a trip sick like hell, and the ones that didn't die on board infested the whole city with their disease. It's time to act before the whole country dies from coughing and cold sweats. We can quarantine it, which is Santonage? Which one's Santonage? Which would reduce their trade power, goods, tax, and so on, or we can reduce it anyway and it can spread. I mean, you always want to quarantine it, really. Where is Santonage? Which one's that? Santonge. Ah, it's over here. Okay, let's quarantine that then. Bit of a shame, it's right, we were building our ships. Austria is influencing the Palatinate, England is allying in Ireland. It's not a problem. Ormond, which one's? Yeah, one province minor. Not a big deal. Trier has sold one of its provinces to Cologne. Interesting. Nassau has given back Berg to Cleves. And Georgia declaring war. Yeah, so I think... Oh, family ties. For the past couple of days we've been entertaining a guest in the royal court of Savoy, once home of the Queen. We'll gain 10 Diplo power and Savoy will like us. Well, they really like us a lot anyway. I mean, that's a lot of modifiers, but we have kind of pissed them off as well by breaking our alliance, and Bohemia's king has died, so let's put that royal marriage back together. Bohemia is going to be our bulwark against Austria and Hungary. I mean, if it came to a war with Austria, hopefully, if Bohemia was joined in, it would keep these tied up for a bit. Kind of sacrifice Bohemia there to claim these lands. I think that's how we're going to plan it. Right, technologies, how are we doing? Still 13 years ahead, we're building up on points, so I think it's time to pick a new ideas. So, what are we getting in each month? We're focusing on military, but we don't need to, we could change that. And we're getting more admin than Diplo. But we're ahead of Diplo at the moment. I'm tempted by those admin ideas. I mean, expansion ideas is nothing to us. Economics, more money is always good. But we're getting a lot in anyway. Innovation can be good. If I was playing this more long term, I might go for innovative. But this is only short to medium term, trying to get France back, so maybe not. Humanist ideas don't really matter, nor do religious. So there's only really admin ideas that would be useful from that. Diplo espionage is pointless. Diplomatic ideas isn't a huge benefit to us because we're not really doing much diplomacy. Trade ideas, we're not really doing much in the way of trade. Exploration, we're not doing at all. Maritime, generally I don't think it's particularly good, and we're certainly not too worried about the sea apart from maybe if we attacked England. Influence is good if we've got lots of vassals and so on, and it's great for someone like Austria, but for us not so much. So I think admin ideas is what I'm going to go for. Let's go for admin ideas. And we can immediately get the first one. So let's do that. And we're now only a couple of ideas away from Elan, which would be great. If we can get Elan before we attack Austria, that would be a huge bonus for us. Now we can fabricate a claim on England. So what do we want to try and claim? Kent? Or Sussex? Or Hampshire? Where would we want to land? Would we want to land right in the corner in Cornwall? Or would we want to go straight for the capital? What do they have forts-wise? Let's see, forts. It's not the right one. So there's only London, Montgomery, and then up in the north. So we could occupy a lot of lands if we landed over in Cornwall and worked our way up that way. That might be the good way to do it. But what we'd actually want to take would be Sussex or Kent, just because they're nearer and better provinces for us anyway. Let's go for Sussex as our first claim. And we'll let that build up a little bit more, because we want ships to be ready. So let's try and get our ships together. Can you make it around to here without any base problems? Supply limits, yes, your supply limits are all within range, 146, that's the highest. And then it goes down again as we get around the coast, so yes, you can make it there. So come round and join us, and we'll put our fleet together. The mighty French Armada will sail and destroy England. Or not. Cardinal across the border. Sometimes we have the chance to set something into motion without seeming to have done anything. One such chance has arrived recently with a cardinal living on the soil of one of our neighbours, admitted to an agent from France who would rather be with us. So, we lose money and gain a bit of corruption, and Provence becomes the seat of a new cardinal, and Savoy dislikes us. Or we can not bother doing anything and gain a skill 1 spy master, which isn't any use to us really. How's the Curia looking? It's the Papal State is the Curia controller. We already have 5 cardinals, which has given us a ton of influence. One more would be good. Should we invest that? I'm going to invest a little bit of that to give us a good chance of becoming the next Papal State. Not Papal States. If we control the Papal States, that would be great. I just want the Curia though, that's what we're after. Where are we on here now? Oh, there we go, France. So we've got a 10% chance. That'll do. So yeah, we'll get that new one. Just a bit of money. We have a lot of money, so we're not worried about that. So naval doctrine, this is what I was going to look at. So England can have this wooden wall, which gives them a naval combat bonus off their coast, which would be massive if they've actually taken it. But what we could do is maybe take that, drop the maintenance down a bit. Trade power from ships isn't going to help us. Galleys aren't going to help us because we're not inland sea around here. Shipboarding to capture ships, that could be good. It's either that or maintenance modifier. Maintenance I'm not too worried about because the amount of gold we got anyway. So let's go for shipboarding, and maybe if we do fight the English ships we can capture some off them and be a nice cheaper way of doing it. I'll go for that. And I think that's a good place to end this episode, so thank you for watching everyone, and I'll see you next time.